right, now that we've explored a little bit of the outside of the property, let's go in and take a look at the house and what it has to offer. When you make 5236 Drumheller your new home here in Bath, Michigan. Okay, as we walk in this raised ranch home, we'll find ourselves in an entry foyer here in the lower level. The lower level in a raised ranch is where your garage is, and it walks in at ground level on one side of the home. And as you'll see upstairs on the other side of the home, we'll walk out also at ground level. The raised ranch gives us the opportunity to have space above our garage and our basement level, but also have a walkout lower level. Not quite a walkout ranch, but a raised ranch. Here in our entry foyer, we've got a coat closet. Woo-woo! So swinging in off of our foyer is this huge finished family room / lower level bedroom. Use it how you want. Convert it into 2 or 3 bedrooms. You've just got the one egress window there that leads outside. So if you want it to be a bedroom, you've got the one window. And then off of that big family room in the lower level, you've got this room, which could be a great crafting room, home office, you name it, kids' playroom. It does not have a window. So with no egress window, no legal safe bedroom. Back out of our lower level family room into our foyer, and we'll cross into our attached garage. There's a lot of cool features in this attached garage. One of them is the car that is not included with this property. Let's talk about what is included. In-floor drain with epoxied floors, storage in the back, and here behind our movable walls, we have our well pressure tank, water heater, softener system with new iron filter, and because that's all in here, this garage is heated. So you've got a spacious 2-car attached garage that's also heated with additional storage. One thing you're not gonna find that you're lacking in this home is plenty of storage, both inside and then with the pole barn that we'll touch on later. Also here in the lower level, we've got a full bathroom and we've got some extra storage with an under the stairs closet there. And we've got a 4-foot stand-up shower unit. Back out in our foyer, and let's head upstairs and let's check out where you're gonna do your day-to-day living. If you don't know, Bath's located right off the highway, the I-69 interstate to be specific, in mid-Michigan. It's about a 15-minute drive from the state capital in Lansing, and roughly 12 to 15 minutes to Michigan State University. Bath as a community is conveniently located for those who may work in Flint but want to live this way closer to Lansing because of its location and easy access to the I-69 interstate. All right, here we are at the top of the stairs, and you can see when we peek out back, we walk right out at ground level. At this level too, that's our raised ranch. Moving into our kitchen, we do have original cabinets, but they're in great shape and they're ready for your touches. Do you want that whitewashed kitchen? Do you want to paint them your own color? So our kitchen features a double oven, a small microwave, but newer black stainless refrigerator and dishwasher, and the countertops have been updated. We've got a Corian solid surface product here. We do have a JennAir downdraft for our cooktop, and we've got plenty of storage. Looking out the kitchen sink, you get a look right into your backyard, across your deck, and the woods are not 30 feet from the house. Watch deer and squirrels, chipmunks to your heart's content. Passing through our kitchen, we walk into our eat-in area where there's room for a 6-seater table, no problem, with views out onto the back deck in the forest. And then we walk through into living room number 1. Living room number 1 is fairly spacious. So this walks out onto our front deck, which has views of the front of the property, the barn over there, and the road off in the distance. As we walk through our living room, we'll find ourselves in our second living space on the main living floor, which is even bigger than the living room. Call this living room number 2 or your family room. It is enormous, space galore. We've got storage closets for all the games or the blankets and the pillows. We've got our fireplace here, propane gas log, and we look out from 2 sides, one to the backyard again. And then when we run over here, we get a look out to the front yard with just beautiful views. You're living in the country, you want to see what's outside. If we pass through the family room, we'll find ourselves in our mudroom / laundry room. Plenty of storage, pedestal mounted Frigidaire washer and dryer set. And bonus, our powder bath tucked in off the laundry rooms for our guests have a bathroom. All right, passing from our eat-in kitchen dining area, we have a hall that connects to our primary suite and our second bedroom on this level. Enjoy that Michigan State carpet. It's in great shape. If you don't love it, change it. But maybe you're a Spartan fan and you've got the great carpet. A well-appointed, decent-sized second bedroom across from our hall bath. It's a standard 3-piece bathroom with a tub shower combo. Don't get excited. It's just a bathroom, folks. And when we come down our extra wide hallway, we'll find ourselves in our main floor primary suite. Here's what's awesome. It's huge. It's not just huge, but we've got windows again on 2 sides so we can look out into the front yard, or we come over here and look out into the side yard. You could fit 2-3 full king-size beds in here, no problem. So there's our primary bedroom, and off our primary bedroom is the addition, which doesn't feel like an addition, but it adds a monster-sized primary bathroom. So you come in with the tub shower combo, a vanity, and then turn the corner, you've got another vanity, some natural ventilation looking out into the woods again in the backyard, and there's our toilet. Now you can see, if you want to do something different in here, you've got all this space to work with. This is a well-appointed bathroom with lots of space. Put your touches on it. Walking from the bathroom into the primary closet, you can close this off. You got a pocket door here. And you have an enormous walk-in closet, again with a window looking into the back. Wire shelves, storage, hanging rods. Plenty of space for all of your storage needs. And then we can walk through this way back into the primary bedroom. So we've got a really large primary suite with a large bathroom, a his and hers vanity, and a large walk-in closet. And that rounds out the primary level of this property. 2,200 plus square feet on this floor alone, 2 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. So as I head back down and we start our outdoor tour, I'll just remind you that we've got over 1,000 square feet finished here at the basement level as well. And it's truly a raised ranch, so it doesn't feel like a basement. We've got that huge room, we've got that office, we've got a full bath down here, and we connect in with our garage. All right, y'all, let's start our outside tour of this awesome property here in Bath on the deck that overlooks the front of the property. Look at those views. You can't beat that. We've got about a 12 by 20 foot deck that is your living room. And this looks out over the woods, the front yard. And let's go down and take a tour of why you're really here. This property, this acreage, and what it has to offer for your hobby farm, your hunting, or whatever it is that you want to do on 10 acres. So first, there's your 360 view right in front of your home. Let me point out a couple of features as we walk. Tons of parking. There is a circle driveway, and then there's concrete parking pad. You can put 50 cars in this property, no problem. I don't think the township will like that, however. Really big feature we gotta mention. This property has your own water supply. You've got a well, but it's tied into city sewer. Super uncommon in the country that you'd be able to benefit from city sewer while also living on 10 acres. Best of both worlds. You have your own water supply and city sewer. So all of this is part of the property. Groomed and mowed, meadows, and then the woods here in the back. There's trails that connect to the rest of the wooded part of the property. Approximately 60, maybe even 65% of this property is wooded, and then the rest is rolling hills and grass. Here on the back of the house, I'll show you a couple of additional things that I think are really important that you're gonna like. Another big deck, a hot tub that's included with an almost new pergola over it, a mowed grass backyard area. Yes, you have central air, vinyl siding, aluminum wrapped soffits, and fascia, so you don't have the exterior maintenance. And as we come down the west side of the home, I'm going to show you one more value add, because that's the story of this property. Value add everywhere. Whole house Generac generator, so when you lose power during that next ice storm, you don't have to worry that's going to kick on and power up your house. So there's the exterior of the house. And let's walk around the property a little bit more, and let's go buzz over and check out the pole barn. Okay, so there's the house, and we're standing out in front of our pole barn. Lots of more parking, lots of more storage. Pole barn has all the features you want: metal siding and a metal roof, so easy to maintain. Lots of space inside, insulated walls. We do have power. We do have 2 overhead doors. And if you want to run a business from home, you do not need to add a meter because it's separately metered already. Let's take a look at that power. Lots of space for expansion. This is set up for your at-home shop, storage, toy facility, whatever you want to have in here, home gym, you can run it out of this barn. It's in great shape, and it's adding a ton of value to this property. Okay, here we are. This is your road. You are about a quarter mile from the pavement, but it's a really well-maintained hard-packed dirt road, not potholes. In fact, the dirt road getting here is actually better than a lot of paved roads in Michigan. Okay, so one of the highlights of this property is just how far back off the road you're set. Yes, you're down that quarter mile hard-packed dirt road, but your driveway all the way to the house and the barn is paved, and it's in good shape. So as you make that drive into your property at the end of a long day, you'll enjoy the peace and serenity of trees, woods, and the quiet of living in the country. Is this going to be your hobby farm? Is this going to be your homestead? Is this where you're going to hunt from home? Are you going to ride the ATVs here? Are the kids going to snow sled? What are you going to do with this property? The location's outstanding. The amenities are all there. The house has a ton of space. What are you going to do with it? 10 acres in Bath, Michigan. Really close to the highway, really close to town, with all the possibilities in the world. This is our new listing, 5236 Drumheller here in Bath. 10 acres and over 3,000 finished square foot of house to call your own.